Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to continue our Rest in Peace Crypt review series from Department 56, and today we're going to be looking at the 2019 Rest in Peace Crypt. I would tell you that this is one of my favorites, but they're all of my favorites. So this is no exception. This is a really cool crypt that comes with an accessory piece already with it. This one actually lights up. And so with that, let's jump right in and start reviewing this cool looking crypt. Okay, as always, here is the box for the 2019 Rest in Peace Crypt. This is a gift set box, 2 pieces. You've got the crypt itself, and then you've got this creepy skeleton holding up this lit jack-o'-lantern, which is pretty cool, pretty intense. So obviously released in 2019, this sold at the time of release for $99. So obviously you can see that the crypts, like everything else, have gone up in price over the years. But let's take a look at this. Like the other crypts, this one alternates lights from orange to purple. I've had many folks tell me that they wish that there was a switch that you could kind of control the color of lighting that you would like to see the most, either orange or purple. I completely and totally agree with that. Unfortunately, they don't do that. So we're stuck with what we've got. But still, yeah, this is a very cool looking crypt, and purple and orange obviously represent Halloween, so they've done a pretty good job with these. And so let's start by looking at the front of this, especially at the door. In black letters right above the door, which is a little difficult to see, but you can see the 2019 piece. You can see also that the door is locked and sort of padlocked around there. Obviously, whoever's in there or whatever's in there, they want to keep them that way. And then there's this little lantern light at the top of the door, which is pretty cool looking the way that lights up as well. And then obviously around the base, you've got the pumpkin, which is amazing. This one doesn't light up. You've got the posable tree that I have not posed yet. And then you've got the fall leaves, and the paint job is really good. And look at, speaking of the paint job and the detail on this, look at the pitting all around, like the stonework on the front of the crypt itself. The ornate door, stuff above the door. You've got the little flowers in there. You've got looks like the Gothic cross or whatever that is right there in the front. And then you've got these boards that almost look out of place on the top of the crypt, but they're obviously very detailed. And the top of the crypt is really amazingly detailed as well. You've got a cross that adorns the top, which obviously removes for storage. And then you've got 3 circling bats that are kind of flying around the top of the crypt. And so that is the front side. And you can kind of see some gargoyles posed on either side of the crypt. And we'll look at those in better detail when we look at the side. But those are also very cool looking. A very cool paint job and very cool detailing on this crypt. And that is without a doubt. So let's take a closer look at the accessory that comes with this. This plugs into the back, and this guy is pretty creepy for sure. I mean, he is a scary looking skeleton, kind of coming up out of the ground, bringing some of those fall leaves kind of with him. He's got some, it looks like snakes or worms or tree roots or something around the side of his face, come around his arm right there, into his mouth. Just a pretty scary looking skeleton busting out of the ground. And then you've got the pumpkin at the top that he's kind of holding up that lights up. And so that is a pretty cool feature of that. It looks really cool at night. And then the cord on this is fairly long, and so you would be able to put this guy just about anywhere that you want him in reference to the crypt. So he could go on either side, he could go right up next to it, he could go far away from it, whatever you want to do. And the way that I do that is obviously I bury that cord, cut a hole in the foam and then run that cord underneath so you'll never see it. Or you could, if you don't want to do that, you can just bury it with moss or leaves or what have you, and get it out of the way that way. So plenty of options. But this is a very, very, very cool crypt overall. So let's take a look at the side. Again, we'll move our trees out of the way so you can get a better look. And then let's look at the side of this crypt. All right, so the side here is incredibly detailed. Look at this gargoyle. Let me try to focus on this guy. Very scary looking gargoyle. My camera is having a difficult time focusing this morning, but hopefully you can see that at least a little bit. He's pretty freaky looking. You've got this cool looking spider web up in the corner of that. You got some of the masonry kind of chipping away there, but just the detail on this crypt is so incredibly cool. That's why I love these crypts. They're always so detailed. You've got this sort of a turned down bat wing right there. You've got all of the pitting and look at just the detail work in the side of that crypt. It almost looks like bones, right? I mean, it's just so incredibly detailed. It's one of the reasons I love these crypt series, because they put a lot of detail into them. And so that's the side. The same fall leaves and the paint adorn the side here. Obviously very well done. And then in the back of the crypt, same thing. It looks just like the front. You've still got plenty of detail. And then here's where your cords come out. One of them goes to the actual plug that plugs into the wall. The other one comes out and goes to your accessory. And again, you can kind of see the length of that cord. So you can move that little skeleton figure, like I said earlier, quite a ways away, or have him incredibly close to whatever works for your village. More detail, you know, some of the crypt is coming apart in the back. You can see the lights, and then all the kind of the moss or the you know, whatever that would be, mold or whatever that is, kind of, you know, seeping down from the weather and the rainfall and stuff like that. So that's what the back of the crypt looks like. Let's flip it around to the other side and take a look at that. No surprise here. It looks about like the other side. A little bit different on this side. You've got a pillar that kind of sits there in the front. You've got the vines or the bushes, the foliage that comes up on the side of the crypt there. You've got the same bat, the same creepy gargoyle there that just kind of stares at you blankly as you go around the crypt, and then obviously back up to the top. So all in all, a very, very, very cool piece. And again, I will tell you, just like I tell you on all the crypts, I believe these are available. I don't think you would have a problem finding one of these if you wanted to add it to your collection if you don't have it already. Original price was $99. I don't know what you would pay today. That's why I'm such a big fan of the crypts, is they come out every year. You know there's a limited production run of a year's worth, and then they're available until they're no longer available. Then you have to rely on the secondhand market, like eBay and OfferUp. So my advice is with these, I just buy them as soon as they come out. That way I don't have to worry about supply. I don't have to worry about price gouging. Just kind of budget for it every year and say, I'm going to get the crypt no matter what it looks like or what it costs, because I want to complete and keep this collection up and current. So anyway, this is a very, very cool crypt, and I'm very pleased to have it in my collection. It looks great in a cemetery. It looks great by a church. It looks great anywhere you want to put it. And I think what I may do a little bit later this season, before we actually get to Halloween, is I may do just a very simple vignette covering one crypt and maybe kind of a small graveyard with maybe a ginormous tombstone in the back for a backdrop or something like that, and kind of show you what you can do with just, I mean, if you don't have a lot of crypts, that's fine. You got to start somewhere. But if you do have one, what would be the best way to display it? I may do that in an upcoming video. Pretty easy to do, and it shouldn't take more than a couple hours at most. Well, hopefully that gives you a better idea of what this amazing crypt looks like. I love collecting these. They're small enough you can put it into a vignette by itself. You can put it into a big village, but they're so They're so detailed, and I think that's what draws me to love these every single year. Very glad to have the 2019 in my collection. This would be a great crypt to start with if you don't have one already. Again, I believe they're out there and available. Don't quote me on that. Don't send me comments saying that you can't find them and you're upset. I believe that they're out there. And you may find a very fair price point on this. $99 when it came out. You're probably going to pay a little bit more than that now that some of these things increase in value, which is a good thing for our hobby, unless you're trying to buy them, and it's a very bad thing for our hobby. So how do you weigh that out? But anyway, I'm glad I've got it in my collection. And so, hey, if you've liked the video, make sure you click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you got to ask yourself, why not? Subscribe, help the channel grow, and then also click the notification bell. And what that'll do is it'll notify you every time a new video comes out, so you don't have to go search, and you automatically know, and you can go right there and watch it at your leisure. Well, hey, we're going to continue this Department 56 Rest in Peace Crypt review series. We just did 2019. We've got 2020, 2021, and 2022. I've already done the 2022, but I'll probably redo it in this format just to kind of complete this series. That's 3 more crypts to go. I also have a Day of the Dead crypt, which we will throw into this one, so that'll be another one. And then I'm trying desperately to find the Travis and Louie Walter and Larry's crypt. So if you have that, or you know where I can find, there's several on eBay. I'm trying to stay away from the marked up price points at this point. But if you have one and you're looking to get rid of it, or you know somebody that has one and they're looking to get rid of it and it's a fair price, shoot me a comment or shoot me a link. I'll be happy to go take a look at it. I'd love to have that crypt in my collection. So much so that I bought the coordinating accessory piece already, which is Lucille and Wilhelmina, I believe is what it's called. So I've got that ready. I just now need the crypt to go with it. So, hey, still working on the creepy circus. That's coming along nicely. Part 3 of the tutorial series is going to be coming out very soon. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's going to wrap this one up. Take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you again real soon.